I'm Cape Joel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all the time, anytime comic show where I give you your fix of everything you need to know for the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show, we're taking a closer look at the Uncanny X-Men issue number 12. It's Magneto's band of mutant revolutionaries versus the Hellfire Club. What'll happen next? Let's hop on in together and find out, shall we? Alright then, so as the comic opens up, we can see how Magneto managed to recruit Psylocke for his team in the first place. In a funny bit, Psylocke asks, "Hey, weren't you dead, Magneto?" Yeah, that's kind of the thing about us X-Men. Even when we die, we don't stay dead for very long. What's even more interesting about this exchange is that Magneto says he wanted more than just another sycophant follower. He wanted someone like Psylocke who would be willing to stand up to him from time to time. Psylocke was resistant to join Eric's team, and as we all know from reading the comics, she only really joined in the first place to keep an eye on him for Storm and the X-Men. Granted, we also know because of reading the Civil War II tie-in, she would leave his team anyway, so really I don't know why they're giving so much time and panels to this one story. From there, we transition on over to where we left off in the last issue, and that is the Uncanny X-Men team going to a party hosted by the Hellfire Club. Magneto has re-established himself as the White King of the Hellfire Club, and he says that the two teams are going to be working together now. Understandably, different members of his own X-Men team are ticked off at this idea, considering how often the Hellfire Club has tried to kill the X-Men. But Magneto reminds everyone with the whole Terrigen Mist threat killing mutants all over the world, they can't exactly keep their old grudges. Now is the time for coming together, not fighting. Oh, also in a nice bit of continuity, remember that Magneto fangirl from the short-lived and very underrated Cullen Bunn Magneto series, the one with the braces on her legs? Yeah, it turns out she was rich and she's actually a member of the Hellfire Club too, thanks to Magneto. That's nice, cool to see her come back. Betsy, as you might have guessed, is the loudest dissenter of this new union, what with her having a very long, storied, and uncomfortable history with the Hellfire Club. Granted, even she can't deny that they have an almost endless amount of money to throw around and agents all over the place. One of these agents just so happened to get them some important information on the Someday Shipping Corporation. You remember that group from the beginning of the comics who were offering the chance for mutants to cryogenically freeze themselves to wait out the whole Terrigen Mist threat. Black Tom Cassidy has managed to find out that the Someday Corporation has been tampering with the brains of the mutants they've put on ice with cybernetic parts. Magneto mobilizes the Uncanny X-Men, and together with Black Tom Cassidy, they investigate an offshore oil rig owned by the Someday Corporation. Obvious Trap turns out to be an obvious trap, and our heroes are blindsided by that strange group of mutants that we saw in the previous issue. You know, the ones with the whole de-evolution ray. In fact, they used the de-evolution ray on the X-Men. Monet only manages to fight her way out of all the chaos because she has her crazy mutant cannibal brother still living in her body, and he still needs to be fed, so one of the evil mutants ends up getting eaten. As the comic ends, we're treated to yet another flashback of Magneto speaking candidly with his lady friend about his plans for the Hellfire Club and the Uncanny X-Men in general, saying for the great mutant war that is coming, they're going to need a lot of bodies, but moreover than that, they're going to need a lot of cannon fodder. Uncanny X-Men number 12 was ultimately pretty decent. In fact, it's probably the best issue of Uncanny X-Men in a long time. The stink of Apocalypse War has been completely shaken off now, which is good, and we're finally getting back down to the story that was promised to us all the way back in the first couple issues. I will admit the stuff between Betsy and Eric is starting to get on my nerves a little bit. I don't trust you. I'm not asking you to trust me. Well, maybe I'll just leave. Well, you're gonna leave in another book, so you're not gonna leave here right now, so just shut up about it. I really did love the connective tissue between this series and that Magneto book, which was awesome, by the way. If you never read it, track it down. It's not that long. And hey, this story features the Hellfire Club, who, for those of you out there who are wondering, are actually my favorite mutant team out there. Overall, I would feel comfortable giving this comic a 7 out of 10. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching my newest video. I hope you enjoyed it, and while you're here, why not check out another video I have on offer, or maybe if you're feeling in a supportive mood, you want to like or subscribe. And if you want to support the creation of more videos just like this one, then please by all means check out the Cape Joel Patreon. A little bit goes a very long way, and I will see you all next time.